Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, a local economist helps explain why the state's unemployment rate increased to a full percentage point above the national rate. We'll look at some of the winners of Arizona's Academy Awards of the environmental community, and we'll hear about the impact of competitive activities on children. Those stories next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Eight, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. Arizona's jobless rate went up by 0.3% in August. It's now at 8.3%, a full percentage point above the national rate. Here to help explain what the numbers really mean is Dan Anderson. He's an economist for the Arizona Board of Regents. Good to see you again.
Hi, Ted. Good to see you.
8.3 up from 8.0. Surprise?
Surprised a little bit because the increase in the unemployment is not because people were losing jobs. We actually created in the last year about 40,000 jobs. I think what's happening is that people are hearing the good news or the better news. I hate to characterize it as good news, but the economy is getting better, particularly at the national level, maybe more quickly than here. People are hearing that, and that encourages them to start to look for work. And so even though people, the people are unemployed because they don't have a job and they're actively looking, but I think it's a false signal. It really, people are coming looking for jobs. It causes the unemployment rate to rise because they think there are jobs out there, and so they start to search for them. We see the same kind of thing when the economy is getting bad. A lot of times when the economy is really bad, we actually see the unemployment rate decline because people get so discouraged. They quit looking for jobs, so the unemployment rate falls. Not because things are getting better, but simply because people withdraw from the labor force. Now people are coming back into the labor force looking for jobs. It causes the unemployment rate, at least temporarily, to rise.
Is Arizona any different in that particular schematic? Because obviously a full percentage point above the national rate. I thought we were having a comeback here in Arizona. What's going on out there?
Well, we are having a comeback here, but of course, Arizona is very dependent on migration. We have a lot of people who are moving to the state, a lot of mobility that's important here. And one of the most critical times for people to move is during the summer. Their children are out of school now, so they can relocate. Maybe the individuals have graduated from school and have moved here looking for jobs. And so we usually see a large influx of people into the population right around the end of the summer, and this ties in exactly with that in August.
Added, as you mentioned, I think it was 40,000 non-farm jobs overall. Biggest gains, government, education, health services. Any surprises there?
Well, the government piece, you have to understand, that's a comparison between July and August. The schools are starting up in August, and so it looks like a lot of people are employed in government. But when you compare it to a year ago, there are actually fewer people in the public sector today than there were 12 months ago. So it was just a seasonal influence there. The other sectors, healthcare has been a growing sector for the state for months and months now, and that's not really surprising. Over 4% increase compared to about a 2% increase for the economy as a whole.
And when we talk about health services, I would imagine once the Affordable Care Act gets up and running, who knows what happens to jobs?
It's really hard to say at this point, obviously, but I think it's going to be an area of continued growth for Arizona.
It sounds like biggest losses, professional and business services, manufacturing and construction. First of all, what are professional and business services?
Well, probably the biggest part of professional business services is what I would call the temporary help businesses. A lot of companies, hire individuals on maybe during the summer to take care of people who are going on vacation, maybe to cover an excess increase in business, not really sure if it's permanent or not, so you bring some staff on temporary. If the individuals pan out, if the business stays, maybe they convert to permanent.
And so basically that number would drop because what? It might be a good thing that number drops because those people might be moving on to permanent jobs.
Very definitely. Plus the fact that some of those people who may have been on vacation return from vacations, and those positions are now filled on a permanent basis.
Manufacturing and construction also down. That's got to be an area of concern.
Well, the area of concern to me, the greatest one, is manufacturing. I mean, we really need a strong manufacturing sector. The construction piece is a seasonal piece. If you look at construction over the year, it's up. But just between July and August, it's down. May have been due to weather, for example, may have been just due to timing of projects that got completed and those people haven't moved on to something else. We'll have to watch that one in the months ahead. I think it's going to turn around, but the long-term one is manufacturing.
And it sounds again like the job gains pretty much hit a 10-year average. They just were nowhere near what we saw in previous years when things were starting to pick up again. It sounds like, in general, this is a one-month snapshot. Don't get too excited about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too excited, particularly in a very seasonal month like August, when because of the heat and just a lot of other things, you may not get an accurate view of what's going on. But we're still in that position that we've been in for many months, which is the economy is recovering, but it's recovering slowly. We are not booming as many people have seen maybe in previous cycles where we recover the jobs that we've lost in just 6 or 8 months. This has been a years of recovery, and I'm unfortunately afraid we've got years yet to go.
Well, would you be surprised then if next month the unemployment rate did not go back down a bit?
I would be surprised if within the next month or two that it didn't turn around. Month to month, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But after you have 2 or 3 months under your belt, I would be really, really, really surprised if the rate doesn't start to move down toward the national average in the next month or two.
I was going to say, so we should be getting a little bit closer to this gap is 1 percentage point. That's its highest in 2 years.
That's a big difference. And of course, like I said, a lot of those people are looking for jobs. It takes a while to interview and just go through that process. So I expect that it will return to a more reasonable relationship between the two shortly.
Dan, good to have you here.
Thank you.
Get the inside scoop on what's happening at Arizona PBS. Become an 8 Insider. You'll receive weekly updates on the most anticipated upcoming programs and events. Get the 8 Insider delivered to your email inbox. Visit azpbs.org to sign up today.
Arizona Forward, in partnership with SRP, recently presented the 33rd Annual Environmental Excellence Awards. The event spotlights projects that contribute and show commitment to sustainability and the environment. Diane Brossard is the president and CEO of Arizona Forward. Good to see you again.
It is good to see you as well.
It's not Valley Forward anymore, is it? It's Arizona Forward.
Very exciting stuff, Ted.
And I noticed during the ceremony, this is kind of the first ceremony year that all of Arizona was represented. Talk to us about that.
Well, we had one category that we opened up statewide. So we had entries from northern Arizona and southern Arizona and central Phoenix area. And that was for environmental stewardship, kind of long-standing commitment to the environment and programs that have a lasting impact.
So Environmental Excellence Awards, what are we talking about here? Who decides who wins? How do you decide what to even look at?
Well, we had over 110 entries this year, so there was no shortage of projects, which is a good thing for Arizona. And we have a professional panel of jurists selected for their expertise in each of the award categories, which range from buildings and structures to site development and landscape and art and media, education, technology, livable communities. So it's a wide spectrum. And they spent 2 days in a dark room looking at these.
And we had awards of merit, and then we had Crescordias, which were different than awards of merit. It sounded maybe a little higher category. What's the difference? What is a Crescordia?
The Crescordia, it's a Greek term. It means to grow in harmony. So it's how we're growing in harmony with the natural environment.
Okay, and
it's
again,
a top award for that category, one per category. And the judges can elect to withhold a Crescordia if they feel that nothing is of that caliber. It's a very prestigious award to win.
Well, the awards of merit were pretty prestigious as well.
The whole thing is just wonderful.
It's just one big
it
prestigious
really is.
festival. All right, let's get to some of the winners here. And the big winner, this is the President's Award, went to Grand Canyon Trust Volunteer Program. Explain that program.
I was especially excited about that because it is a Northern Arizona project, and it recognizes the sustainability of Arizona's most iconic and important natural asset, the Grand Canyon. They have 3,000 individuals donating 18,000 hours of volunteer time to 25 conservation-based programs throughout the year. Really amazing, and they mentor the next generation of environmental stewards, and that they have citizen-based scientists that go out there and assist and look over these lands that are mostly public and Native American lands in northern Arizona.
And they were the big winner for the night, weren't they?
They were the big winner. They were very excited about that.
They certainly were. All right, let's get to a three-time winner now was this darts.
I bet you didn't know why it was called
I
DARS.
still don't know why it's
I
called
just
DARS.
learned today. Well,
what, it looks like a building. What is it?
It's a really cool infill project in downtown Phoenix, not far from my office, in fact, and it houses an architectural firm, the Gabor Laurent Architects, as well as several dental offices. So, Dental Arts Building,
Oh,
DARS.
my goodness, there
yeah,
you
that's how
go.
it got its name. But it's U.S. Green Building Council certified, LEED certification at the platinum level, which is the highest. And it's a great infill project and saves energy, saves water use. It has a lot of redeeming qualities, and
It's a beautiful building.
it's a really neat building. And
I guess you got to get a root canal. It's about the best you can
we
do.
just had a mixer in there, so you could have
Did you
cocktail there
really?
too. Yeah.
All right. We got Phoenix SkyTrain. This had to win something because this is an amazing project out of the Phoenix SkyTrain, a multiple award winner as well.
It is, and congratulations to the City of Phoenix for this wonderful project, which just opened in April of this year. It's LEED Gold certified, and I understand it's the only public transportation campus in the world to receive that honor. They have 10,000 users a day, reduces vehicular traffic around the airport by 20%, and emissions by an estimated 6,000 tons in just the first year of operation. So,
Well, effective, and just some of those shots we just saw were just absolutely gorgeous.
well,
I mean,
it's got great public art too. It won in the
does.
public art category as well.
indeed,
So it's-
and a public art and transportation connectivity.
correct.
Yeah, see?
See, Ted, you were a wonderful MC. You're really starting to get this stuff.
Yeah, I paid attention slightly when I was up there. Okay, Phoenix neighborhoods using green standards, a sustainable community winner. What's this all about?
I really like this project too. It's another City of Phoenix project, and it takes some of the hardest hit neighborhoods in that community that are affected by vacant and abandoned foreclosed property and turns them into green, affordable homes located near transit, amenities, and community resources. It really has transformed parts of the city that otherwise would be blighted, and they have solar power and energy savings and all kinds of green building techniques built into them. So it's a great project.
Well, some of those before and afters were again,
Amazing.
that's basically what you're looking at here, isn't it? Sustainability, moving forward, but with an environmental frame of mind.
Exactly.
Oh,
And it's really, it's inspiring to see some of the neat things going on around the valley and state in this context that you might not otherwise ever know about.
Well, a winner in public policy and plans was a master plan for the Navajo community. Talk to us about this.
Right. This was an amazing project. It is the only category where we accept plans, and this is over 19 million acres. So, I mean, it's huge, and they are helping the tribe create policies and design standards for housing and land management. So each of the 110 Navajo communities now has a defined area for development.
Oh, that's fantastic. Tom Thumb's Trailhead in the McDowell Mountain Preserve won for civic buildings and structures. Another beautiful structure.
Beautiful.
And this is a trailhead.
It is. It's in Scottsdale. It's in the base of the McDowell Mountains, so it's a beautiful area all by itself. But this building is especially interesting because it has no connection to water, sewage, or electric services. So the project required a whole new way of thinking. It has photovoltaic panels, provides 100% of its required power, and it's off the grid.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yeah,
It's
so-
and you go out there, you're out of it.
Yeah.
So to speak. All right. I love this one because this is rehabbing an old courthouse in Pinal County. And look at the before and afters of this thing. This is neat. Talk to us about this.
Well, this, I learned, is Arizona's oldest government building still in use. The 1891 Second Pinal County Courthouse rehab. And they used some key environmental features, reused and recycled bricks, flooring, doors, and windows, retrofitted the original windows to insulated low-E glass, low-water plumbing fixtures, high-efficiency water heaters. Apparently this building attracts thousands of visitors each year. So it's a huge economic base as well.
That's fantastic. Look at that. I mean, this is the way it was, and now look how this thing winds up after the renovation. That's fantastic.
Beautiful.
That's a score.
Beautiful.
Okay, real quickly, the Fireside Elementary School, one for institutional buildings and structures.
I love this.
This is a nice school.
It's a beautiful school, but what is really cool about this is that not only is it creating energy savings and using environmental attributes, but it's teaching kids, the next generation of environmental stewards, about these things. They have a rainwater harvesting system right out front that collects water and then is used to water the plants.
Oh, look at that. I mean, goodness gracious.
It's beautiful.
Those poor kids.
You want to go back to school, right?
After elementary school, it's all downhill from there. But not for you. Every year, it's amazing how many new projects there are out there.
Yeah, it really is. It's my most favorite Arizona Forward event in that it's so inspiring and showcases what we're doing right, which I think is very important. So often we look at what's wrong and focus on the negative, and there's a lot of really good things happening all around the state.
Well, it was a wonderful evening, always encouraging evening to see all these projects and have them honored and recognized. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Ted.
We want to hear from you. Submit your questions, comments, and concerns via email at arizonahorizon@asu.edu.
Playing to Win, Raising Children in a Competitive Culture. That's the title of a new book that focuses on the increasing role of after-school competitive activities in the lives of children. I recently spoke with the book's author, sociologist Hillary Levy-Friedman. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk Playing to Win. Just the book's title encompasses a lot of what we're going to talk about here. Why'd you pick that title?
Well, that's really what kids are doing these days. It's play, it's fun, but there's a lot at stake. And winning is really important. And, all of the 95 parents that I met while researching this book, they want their kids to win.
Let's talk about previous generations, previous parents, what we kind of were raised with. How is that different than what we're seeing right now?
Well, one thing that's very different today is that kids are playing in an organized way, and it's being organized by adults. And so that's a change, because kids used to go out and play on the sandlot, in the fields, and it was very competitive. But now that adults have sort of gotten involved, they keep track of things, there are records, adults are referees, that sort of thing. That's a major change.
Are those changes good or bad?
Well, it's a mix of both. We certainly have the misbehavior of adults, both parents and coaches, sometimes on soccer fields. But at the same time, it can be good for kids. It can teach them, well, there is going to be a record kept, and you should care how you perform, and it matters that there's a track record of success.
Is there a loss in the sense of, for lack of a better word, creativity or the ability to just socialize, get along with each other, when you got to do it yourself as opposed to mom and dad and coach all putting things together?
Well, the socialization is one thing I don't worry about, because in one of the chapters, chapter 6, it's just based on my interviews with 37 kids. And the thing that they really highlight that they love about their activities is the friends they make, especially friends that they make who go to other schools. So the socialization I worry less about. The creativity is a different story, and it's something that we should be concerned about. It's a common trope that we talk about in the educational system today. Are kids too caught up in standardized tests, rote memorization, just learning these things? And unfortunately, the answer is we just don't know if it matters or not. It's very different. Just as I was finishing this research, the iPads for kids really came into vogue. So I have one dad who complained to me, my daughter always says she's bored in the car. And I want to say, well, today, kids wouldn't say they're bored in the car. They would just pull out a device. So sometimes I worry more about the devices than the organized activities. Indeed.
As far as competition now, it's one thing to, and we have critics now who are saying there are sports where there are no winners and losers, and every kid gets a trophy, and that's not a good thing. Others saying that is a good thing, it builds self-esteem. Where do you fall on that, A? And B, is there just too much competition out there?
Well, it's funny, because in America we live in a nation of extremes. We go from everyone's a winner and a participation trophy to there's only one winner and the trophy has to be bigger than the child, him or herself. So it's very funny that we can have such competing notions in American childhood today. Now, I do feel that the participation trophies are not the best message to be sending to kids. Why is this? Well, first of all, the kids are very savvy that I met. They know that those trophies don't mean much. Maybe the first one means something, but very quickly it becomes clear, well, I didn't really win that, or why does so-and-so have a bigger trophy? So kids get it, and we don't want to send them the message that they can't trust adults. The other thing is that a lot of psychological research indicates that when you introduce an extrinsic reward, like a trophy or a certificate or anything like that, it decreases the intrinsic motivation that kids have. So that's a concern, because a child might love to play chess or play soccer, but once you introduce a trophy, they're going to say next time, hey, what do I get? Do I get something bigger and better? And they might not want to do it just for the love of it.
Well, with that in mind, when is competition beneficial? When is competition harmful?
Well, you know, every child is different, even within the same family. I'm expecting my second boy, and, you know, they might not be the same personality types. Some children are just naturally more competitive. So if you have a child who is not very competitive at all, you might think about getting them involved in an activity that's not head-to-head competition. So for example, with chess, you know, you're against your opponent and there's almost always going to be a winner and a loser. Whereas with dance, one of the other activities I studied, when you go to a competition, you're part of a group, everyone sort of gets something. And so it's less of a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very clear how that ranks. Now, if your child is complaining about a stomachache every week going, that's probably a red flag. This is not the right outlet for your child. But there are many benefits to being exposed to competition at a young age. So I believe it's important for kids to learn how to perform under time pressure when the stakes aren't as high. You know, when they're in grade school, it's a safe environment in which to fail, because let's face it, we're all going to fail.
Well, I'm looking back again on my childhood and in previous generations' childhoods, and we didn't have so much structure, yet a lot of us learned these lessons eventually. I keep thinking of the parents who pipe in Beethoven to the crib, and, you know, this is going to make the kid smart. He's going to be at Harvard by the time he's 6 years old. All that. Are we going too far with the benefits of competition without realizing that kids are, by their very nature, they'll sort it out eventually?
That is true. By our very nature, human beings are competitive. We're social. We're always going to be comparing ourselves to other people. So really, the root cause of this is more the stories that have come out about increased difficulty in getting into college, let's say. Mm-hmm. And so even though that's 10 years down the road, parents start panicking, oh my goodness, what if my child doesn't go into college? Certainly in the economy today, we know how important a college degree is. And so that sort of gets pushed down into younger and younger ages. And what happens is, let's take soccer as an example. You know, it used to be you could walk onto the soccer team in high school. Well, that would basically be unheard of these days, because kids are developing that foot-eye coordination at such a young age. So how can you compete with kids who have been doing that earlier and earlier? And basically all the parents I met had some ambivalence. Should we be doing this? Is it too much? But no one's willing to take the chance and say, well, let's just see what happens, because you know, you don't want to not give your child every opportunity. And
with that in mind, talk about some of the folks that you talked to, some of the people you interviewed. How is all this impacting today's families? How is it impacting today's schools? How is it impacting today's kids?
Well, one of the biggest effects on family life is that a lot of family meals are taking place in a minivan. So those conversations that you might have had, just sitting down, even learning table manners, you know, most nights of the week you're on the go. So that's a big problem. And there's also leisure time for parents. You know, this becomes their leisure, reading maybe on the sidelines of a soccer game, or becoming friends with parents whose children are doing similar activities. So there's a loss of time together as a family and time as an individual, and that's worrisome.
Is there also a loss of kind of a broad-based exposure to sports? You know, when I was a kid, you played all the sports, and you figured out you're kind of better at this, maybe not as good at that, but it seems like kids are specialized the minute they start walking these days.
That's true, and I don't lay the blame for that at the foot of parents. This is actually coming from the other adults who are involved in a lot of youth sports. So often there's an overlap in seasons. Let's take soccer and lacrosse. And so the child might go to their coach and say, hey, can I be a half an hour late or 15 minutes late for practice one day a week? And the coach is saying no. And if you do that, I'm not going to play you on the game this weekend. Mm-hmm. And so other people are forcing kids to specialize. And there are serious concerns about that in terms of working different muscles in the body, children developing overuse injuries that we've never been seeing before.
Indeed. Okay, so what do you want folks to take from your book?
Well, first of all, I want parents to understand that it's up to them to ask questions at the beginning and to say, what is the best opportunity for my child? I'm going to expose them to lots of options, but I'm going to listen to my child, ask them questions, and find out what they're really interested in. Second of all, about asking questions is when you sign up for any sort of class, you should know who is the teacher or the coach. What is their training? What's their background? Forget about Jerry Sandusky, but do they know the proper way to teach my child and for the age that they're at? But then most importantly, if you've asked the right questions and you trust that coach or teacher, you should step back and let them take the lead and let them teach your child and try not to interfere too much, because that's a lot of what's wrong with youth sports today.
Well, it's interesting stuff, and I imagine a lot of parents aren't even cognizant of what's happening out there as far as the changing nature of childhood. It's good to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And tomorrow on Arizona Horizon, we hear from both sides of a recent state Supreme Court ruling that upheld higher campaign contributions. And we'll look at an upcoming conference designed to help businesses connect with sustainability projects. That's Tuesday evening, 5:30 and 10, right here on Arizona Horizon. That is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of 8, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.